Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. The Twilight Skins have finally arrived with the beginning of the summer glory season, and what an incredible season it has been so far. Over the past few days, we've been telling you exactly the same thing. Please be patient. We don't review skins based on first impressions. We don't tell you something is worth investing in simply because it's new. We test. We compare. We collect data. And only then do we give our verdict. Today, we finally have that data. So let's begin with the very first Twilight skin released this season. Crow. At first glance, a health skin may not sound exciting. But honestly, this was exactly what Crow needed. Don't forget what Crow's role actually is. He's not a burst damage dealer. He's not a tank. Crow is a control hero. His entire job is to control the rhythm of the battle. He controls who can cast skills. He controls who can attack. He controls when the enemy can actually start playing the game. And to do that, he needs one thing above everything else. He needs to stay alive. Because none of Crow's mechanics matter if he dies before applying his first silence. There are simply too many incredibly fast heroes in today's meta. Take Iris as an example. If Crow doesn't silence her quickly enough, she can start spreading her massive magical damage almost immediately. Once that happens, the battle changes completely. That's exactly why this health skin is so valuable. It isn't about making Crow tanky. It's about giving him the extra survivability he needs to apply that very first silence. Once he does, his entire control engine begins working. Personally, I wouldn't even be surprised if one day Crow also receives an armor skin. Because surviving those first few seconds is absolutely critical for his gameplay. So yes, if you're pushing your season pass specifically to unlock Crow's Twilight skin, you're making a very good decision. A dead control hero controls absolutely nothing. Well, unless we're talking about Dorian. But that's a completely different story. Next, let's talk about Tristan. His Twilight skin increases magic reflection. Now, magic reflection certainly has value. Reflecting part of the magical damage back to enemy mages is never a bad thing. But if you ask us whether this skin is mandatory, our answer is no. Tristan already performs extremely well without it. His real strength has never been reflecting damage. His strength comes from his incredible armor penetration support, his energy generation, and his ability to delay dangerous heroes. Silencing an enemy mage before they cast their abilities is often far more effective than reflecting a portion of the damage afterwards. So while magic reflection is always a useful defensive stat, we don't believe this skin changes Tristan's importance enough to become a priority. If we had to choose where to invest, we'd still prioritize his relics. As we've already shown in our relic guide. Even at level 10, they transform Tristan into a completely different hero. Now, let's move on to Artemis. And once again, the summer glory season continues giving plenty of attention to honor heroes. Which naturally raises another question. Could next season bring new relics for Artemis? We'll have to wait and see. Now, this skin gives me mixed feelings. And I'll explain exactly why. Until now, Artemis only gained armor penetration through her book artifact. With the Twilight skin, She can reach approximately 22,000 armor penetration. And we all know just how valuable armor penetration is for marksmen. Especially heroes capable of damaging multiple enemies at once. More armor penetration means more pressure across the entire opposing team. So, is the skin good? Absolutely. There's no question about that. The problem isn't the skin. The problem is the current meta. Has Artemis been one of the dominant heroes over the last few months? Not really. So if you don't use Artemis today, the skin immediately loses value for your account. However, let's imagine she receives strong relics next season. Everything changes. A skin you decided to skip today could suddenly become something you regret not obtaining. That's why this one leaves me divided. If you're someone who likes preparing your account for the future, I'd probably unlock it. And even if Artemis doesn't receive relics immediately, don't forget she still has an important role in Hydra battles, where additional armor penetration can translate into more overall damage. So, this decision really depends on your own account and your own priorities. Finally, we arrive at Guus. And honestly, it looks like those April Fool's jokes weren't completely wrong after all. Looks like Grandpa Guus found the perfect rejuvenating potion. Because, suddenly, he looks 20 years younger. Jokes aside, does this Twilight skin actually make Guus stronger? Absolutely. And perhaps even more than many players initially realize. Guus was already one of the strongest healers in Hero Wars. His entire kit revolves around transforming incoming damage into healing through his golden feathers. Something many players forget is that every single one of Guus' healing abilities scales with physical attack. Yes. It's unusual. A healer scaling from physical attack. But that's exactly what makes Guus different from every other healer in the game. Now imagine those constant healing waves becoming even stronger throughout the battle. That's exactly what the Twilight skin enables. The new critical hit chance doesn't simply increase one statistic. Every time Guus lands a critical hit, his healing spikes even higher during those moments. The result? More healing. More protection. More survivability for your entire team. You're not increasing the damage of a damage dealer. You're increasing the consistency and ceiling of one of the strongest healers currently available. That's why we believe this skin is extremely important. The base Twilight skin can be obtained through Ascension coins inside the shop. The Skin Plus version, naturally, requires additional investment. Whether that's worth it, only you can decide based on your own playstyle and your account goals. But the standard Twilight skin, without question, it's one we'd strongly recommend. Guardians? Those are our conclusions after days of testing every single Twilight skin. As always, we don't give opinions based on hype. We test. We compare. We analyze. And only then, we give you our recommendations. Because that's what Olympus Alliance has always been about. Real testing. Real data. Real advice. Stay tuned. Stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.